everybody, here's a potential solution to question 2.13.18 from the Collaborative Statistics textbook. Parts A and B, they gave you a bunch of raw data of enrollments at 35 community colleges. They asked you to create a distribution and then give you a histogram of the distribution. I wanted to focus more on the distribution this time. The histogram we've hit pretty good in the homework and also in class. So the distribution, they were open-ended. They said organize the data into a chart with 5 intervals of equal width. Remember what equal means in statistics. It means approximately equal. Now these actually are exactly equal widths. Each one of these widths is 6,000. I went from 1 to 6, 6,001 to 12, 12,001 to 18, and so forth and so on. The question is why? Why use those values? Well, I looked at the data, and I looked at the largest value of the data looks like just about 28,000, and 28,000 doesn't divide up nicely. I mean, 28 is a perfect number, but the divisors are pretty few and far between. So dividing it by 5 would be an issue. So I said, well, what's near 28 that divides by 5? And I said, oh, 30. So I'll make 30,000 the top, and I'll essentially make 0 the bottom. But 0 being the bottom seems kind of silly because you wouldn't open a school with 0 students. So I figured let's make 1 the bottom, and then make 1 to 30,000. That's 30,000. Divide 30,000 up into 5 pieces, 6,000. So there you go. That's why I chose those particular intervals. You could use whatever you want. I mean, you can make them as simple or as complicated as you want. This seems to be easy for me to kind of process. Frequency. You got a couple choices here. You could go through with a pencil and cross off ones as you count them. Create tick marks. I think we do that in class when we do it. A technological hint, if you want to do it this way, you can select, it's a PDF document, you can select all of the data in the PDF document, copy it, drop it into Excel. The way this PDF is formatted, it'll drop all the data into, I believe, one column. Once it's selected and dropped into Excel, you can select data and then text to columns, delimited, and make sure that the semicolon is delimited, and press finish, and boom, you'll have all your data in individual cells, which you can then copy, paste, put into a line, and sort. And if you sort it, then you can get them in order and it's easier to count it. If you're Excel savvy, that's a quicker solution. If you're not Excel savvy, I would just go through and cross off as you go. So I counted there were 16 enrollments that were between 1 and 6,000, 12 between 6,001 and 12,000, 3, 2, and 2. Let's do a quick check, which I did not do. Let's see what this sums up to. The sum of the enrollments, some of those frequencies, 28, 31, 35. And let me double check. Yeah, 35 community colleges. So either I did it right or I screwed up uniformly. Okay. So there's your distribution that I came up with, and I just slapped a quick little histogram over there. The histogram, like I said, is definitely not as important as the distribution in this case. So there you go. There's a potential solution to your problem.